are the guinea pigs collected. All will be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Oh shit, General.
Bunch of slap-jawed faggots around here.
Hey everybody, what's going on? And welcome back to another Guinea Pig Nibbling Live. Getting ready to have a little fun and getting ready to have the discussion. And we got some special guests with us today. But of course, we're going to talk about ladies first. Of course, we got Trina here with us. Trina, how are you doing today?
I'm well, happy to be here. Hope you all are doing well.
It's always a pleasure to have you here. And we're going to start off with introducing, back again for another round of torture, we got Tree Rock Creations. What's up, Tree Rock?
Thank you. Not much. I've been trying to edit some more and put some more videos up, but I got an issue with Rumble. I guess you could say I'm rumbling with Rumble. There's a couple of issues with some of my videos not coming up in the search engine, so I got a ticket open for that.
It's always something with every last one of these streaming services. Like, I just don't get it. I don't understand with all the advancements they've had in technology, and then none of it is brand new at this point. There's no reason why they should be having these kind of issues at this juncture.
Yeah, I don't know either, and I'm a tech. It always seems to be broken somehow. I mean, they say they fixed something, and then it's not really fixed, and you got to tell them, to fix their stuff because they didn't fix it the first time. Or they have fixed it. Who knows?
No, they're all nuts. And also joining us, we've got Decepticon. What's going on, man? Decepticon, are you there?
My bad. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, what's up, everybody? Yeah, I'm here. Driving around. Just getting off work.
Awesome. Hey, man, I'm glad that you could join us. Real quick, just so you can let everybody know in the chat what you got going on, I'm going to drop the link in the chat right. Oh, man, I just dropped that in the private like a freaking dope. I'm going to drop it in the chat right here, guys. If you can, he's going to let you know why you should stop there and put a free vote in for him.
All right, you'll see this picture up there when you hit that link. You'll see my name, David. It's because I'm in a contest for facesofhorror.com or .org. And it's for $13,000. I get to meet Kane Hodder and do a photo shoot with him for a magazine. And get to go spend some time in a haunted house, a real actual haunted house, all in California. I'm in first place. I started out in 20th out of 100 people. I'm still in first place.
Awesome. Guys, it don't take much to sit there and drop a free vote. As long as you can use Facebook or another means to actually, prove that it's you. You can get some free votes in there. If you want to, if you have the extra money, you can actually buy extra votes and make sure he stays in first place.
The best time to buy votes, though, is going to be on Friday. Well, Thursday or Friday. Check for daily because the day before they do a 2-for-1 vote. Sometimes it'll be the day of the last, few hours of the competition. So for $13, you'll get 26 votes.
Nice. Guys, if you can, stop in and drop a vote in for him. We are also joined by my good buddy. What's going on, Slash?
Yo, what's good? How's everybody doing?
Doing all right. I can't complain. Nothing is falling apart yet today. So I can't.
Good news.
But I'm glad that you could join us. We're just going to hang out and we're going to bullshit. We're going to chat. We're going to say hi to everybody in the chat. What's going on, guys? I see Keely Chow up in the chat. What's up, Keely? I hope that you're doing well. Pig's doing good.
Keely
And,
Chow.
Papa Cotton also in the house. First time I saw a tree rock, I thought he was a creative landscaper. Ah, Jesus, Papa. Really? Really? Oh, man. There's always some fun stuff going on with everybody's channels right now. And I know we just had an awesome discussion about the Warriors over on Slashers on Saturday. That was a fun stream. Whether or not a certain somebody stops in and says hi at some point, it actually remains to be seen. We'll see what happens. But I mean, other than that, great discussion, great movie, guys. If you've never seen the Warriors, man, you should watch that one. And I know some people don't like the director's cut as much. I personally like the director's cut because you get a lot of extra stuff that you didn't get in the theatrical release that just wasn't in there.
Is that the one with like the comic book editing?
Yeah.
I love that one. I love that. I love that and the game on Xbox. Holy shit, that game is fun.
The game is so much. I had it for PS2. That game is awesome.
I was actually going to go buy it I'm going to find a copy just to grade it. Like, I love that game and that movie. It's one of my all-time favorites. As my dad told me, that was what really made people want to be in a gang. I mean, the baseball player dudes looked awesome. Come on now.
They did, but they were just a bunch of jobbers.
They were
really a bunch of jobbers.
Weekend warriors, man. Weekend warriors. You know, them guys that got a Harley Davidson dressed up and act like they're riding bikes, but they don't.
That is a fun movie, though. Absolutely a great movie. Yeah, Papa did.
I like that it did. Right. See, like I prefer the original version, but yeah, the edit with the comic book strip cuts, it didn't really interfere with the movie too much. It didn't interfere with only one scene. It kind of like they spliced it in the middle where I found it unnecessary. But other than that, it didn't interfere too much.
And see, I don't mind when they do stuff like that with movies. Like if you're going to go back and you're going to do something with a movie and you're going to clean it up, you're going to improve the graphics on it, you're going to improve the sound, the colors and stuff like that. Even if you're going to add stuff like that, where you're adding little comic book slice cuts, you're going to put some stuff back into the movie that was originally dropped on the editing floor. I do not mind that. I would rather see movie companies do that than to take a movie back to the drawing board, like a movie that they're doing right now that we're going to be talking about on Wednesday, right, Trina?
Oh, she's still muted.
Yep, we're doing The Crow Wednesday.
Hell yeah. Another fucking awesome movie.
Yeah.
What's this? Soul Assassin, Weekend Warriors, 1986.
I haven't seen The Warriors. Maybe I should take a look at it, huh?
Oh, awesome movie. Awesome.
It's a fun movie. It's another one of those set in a dystopian future. Even though they never put it in there, I was when we did the stream on Saturday, I was explaining that the director actually wanted it in there, but the studio said no because it sounded too much like Star Wars. Like, okay, whatever. Just because it's in the future doesn't mean it's Star Wars sounding. Like, some of those movie companies at the time were just so damn ridiculous, just like today.
Well, all right. Did you also? All right. So, The Warriors came out in 1979. The Wanderers came out in 1979. They're, both gang movies, both movies that had a lot of gang violence in the theater when they were, when it was there in the theater. Do these movie companies do they catch wind that some sort of movie's coming out and then like, we got to get our own version of this out quickly? You notice stuff like that?
Yeah.
Are you talking about copycats, like copycat movies?
Well, it's not even copycat movies. It's just that one studio does something and then another studio has to hop on the dick. You know what I mean?
I remember the studios used to do that with those dog movies. They had Beethoven and then a bunch of other Turner and Hooch.
Turner and Hooch, K9, the freaking Jim Belushi one.
Yeah, they only do that when it makes money, though. If it doesn't make money, then they don't want to have anything to do with them.
I remember when the Lambada was the big stupid dance in the freaking 90s. Like, they kept coming out with different Lambada movies.
Yeah, it does seem to be a pattern like that. So they're going to see one thing that's kind of catching on. Like, it's probably something that was already in the works, and another movie studio had heard about it and like, hey, they're doing this. This looks like it might be a moneymaker. We've got to have our own version of it. And it doesn't just stop at movies. I mean, that extends out to toys and a lot of other things.
That's true.
So I mean, you look at what Transformers and Takara were doing. You know, when they had partnered up, Tonka seen that, and they were like, okay, we gotta partner up with another Japanese company that's doing those type of figures, and they partnered up with Bandai, and they created the GoBots, and actually beat Transformers to the shelves because they had to make minimal changes. Like, it was even more minimal that they had to make changes. The only thing they had to do was give it more American sounding names instead of the MR01 cycle or MR01 copter, you know, and they just changed them to Coptor, Sidekill. You know, they didn't make much changes. Like, even the artwork on those things was exactly the same. Where when they went from Takara to Hasbro, there were significant changes even to a lot of the box art. Like, a lot of things were changing. Of course, the bios and the big story and all the other stuff that they did. But yeah, because GoBots went minimalistic, they actually beat them to the shelves, and they did very well until Hasbro finally caught up and got their shit on the shelf and put Takara and Bandai with their GoBots pretty much out of business and off the shelves. It's not to say that they put Bandai under at that moment, but they definitely hurt them. Bandai is still around, but that GoBots line never recovered after that. There needs to be a Phantom Menace / Dick's Division parody of the Warriors. Dick's Division's come out and play. What's going on, Bad Take Bojan? I see there's a link out there for a Give, Send, Go. I'm not even going to talk about that right now. I just don't want to be bothered with it. So I have my own reasons. I'm not going to get into it right now, but it's not something I'm going to talk about. I've said my piece about everything that happened and to a particular person, and I'm not getting into it with them anymore. Not right now. They will be hearing from me, but not at this current juncture. Just don't care. But that's the way it is, isn't it?
Hey, Tommy, I got a question. You remember GoBots, right? Back in the 80s?
Mm-hmm.
Of course,
They came out before Transformers, but they had a short life cycle on the shelves. Do you know what the life cycle is with current toys nowadays before they pull them off the shelves?
Life cycle right now for most of these lines when they're coming out, it's usually about a year, roughly.
So if they don't sell good during that year, then they lose the shelf space.
Yeah. Now some lines don't even last that long. Like, I've actually seen a few lines where they maybe last about 4 or 5 months maximum, and then they're already off the shelf. Case in point. So Disney and their failed Indiana Jones figures that they've been putting out. Some of these figures have actually only been on the shelves for maybe 3 months, and they're already getting clearanced and discounted and sold off because nobody wants them. So if the toy is at least moderately selling well, it could sit on the shelf for up to a year. But if it's not selling well at all and it doesn't move and it's just taking up valuable space, they will move them out of the store a lot faster.
Yeah, I've always wondered about that, but I don't have too much experience in tracking that sort of thing. And if I were to release an action figure set or something like that, I have no idea how to get it in the hands of the kids, and I don't think the kids would even play with them anyways. It'd be more like the adults that are our age that would have anything to do with them because they collect them.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, a lot of these figures that are out there now, and Trina and Vinny and I have, and even Slasher, we've all talked about this before. Like nine times out of 10, most of these figures that are out there right now, they are actually geared towards the adult collector. And it's not to say that there aren't a whole lot of kids playing with these things, but it's just not as many as it used to be.
Well, they're also expensive, and those figures that are so detailed, some of them you can't play with because of, you you've tested the articulation and all that, and they're
Because-
flimsy. They're not nearly as good as they used to be.
Because they're now more collectibles than they are toys.
Yeah. I was just gonna say that the NECA stuff and lines like that are geared for adults, and then you've got kid toys that are kind of like very low quality these days.
Hey, I'm
even
sorry
the
to interrupt,
McFarlane figures are like that.
but have y'all seen the guy on Instagram who's making the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle NECA figures, either in the comic book or the cartoon? He's making their figures into actual life-size costumes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it is. He's got Shredder done, and I saw he was doing Master Splinter. It looks really good, though. I was like, wow, it's pretty cool. Sorry to interrupt on that. I was like,
Now, how much of those cost though?
I don't know. He's 3D printing it, so
Yeah.
it'll be at his will on how much to charge, really. But I'm sure he'll have the schematics you could buy online for even cheaper.
Yeah, right. NECA must have watched Tommy's Toy Streams for bringing back the Assassin's Creed line. There's no reason why they shouldn't. And just an FYI, so I was getting ready for Thursday's stream with Vinny on the toy show, and the last two NECA figures that I've done previously, they came close, but they weren't quite there. The last two that I just did today in preparation for Thursday, man, these things amazing. Like they were so close to being perfect that I was actually shocked how well they were done. And I just don't understand why NECA can't do that every single time. I mean, it's the same thing with like Hasbro and any of these other companies. They have the ability to make these things perfect every single time, but they get lazy and they just don't. They just drop the ball for whatever reason.
That's kind of what I was like the McFarlane figures back in the day when I went crazy buying all the McFarlane figures. Some of them were, not cheap pieces of crap, but some of them were, some of them damage taking them out of the box.
I wonder if because we know that they're made in China, but they're probably not all made at the same facility. So I wonder if the discrepancies we see between the different figures are because one line is made at one facility and another line is made at another.
That could be possible, but you would almost think that it would be one facility or one company that has the contract with NECA to make these figures. But then again, the way China is, you never know, they might be doling it out to a bunch of different companies.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just brainstorming. I have absolutely no idea how they do business over there. It could be like a few different, manufacturing facilities that fall under one umbrella, and maybe that's why there's discrepancies. I have no idea.
It's a good
I'm not the only
possibility.
person who looks at a picture at China.
What was that?
Go on, what you're saying?
No,
I was saying,
go
am I
ahead.
the only person who looks at it? Am I the only person who looks at a picture of China and smells plastic?
And badly made plastic at that. I was going to say, something in comparison you get actually talking about. This is something else we were just talking about recently. Is the shirts over there from companies like Stream Elements and Teesprings and a lot of these other ones. So everybody thinks that when you order a shirt from one of these places, it's made at a central location. It's absolutely not. So they actually they send it out and they kind of what was that called? When you have somebody separate doing the work for you,
Subcontractor?
Outsourcing?
Yeah. Outsourcing, subcontracting, and stuff like that. So they get the order, and whatever place that actually can print the shirts up that's closest to your location is actually the one that gets the job order. If they have, if they don't have too much of a long wait and all that other stuff, because I've actually gotten a few shirts of my own from Stream Elements because I wanted to see what the quality was like before I agreed to put shirts up on a full running store there. So the first couple shirts that I got weren't too bad. Like I got the Going Old School, absolutely fine. There's nothing has ever happened to the Going Old School shirt. It is picture perfect. Then I got I did a Piggerines, kind of like Wolverines. Then I did my PWO, and both of those faded the fuck out. Faded out to the point where you can almost barely see the pictures on them. They didn't crack or break. They just faded.
Faded out from washing?
Yeah.
They faded out from washing them?
Yeah.
So whenever you have that, I bought a bunch of tour shirts from Insane Clown Posse, Cottonmouth Kings, Tech Nine, you name it. I went there. Fucking Potluck, and all these shirts, they have they're done pretty cheaply, and they want you to really wash them in cold water because that paint breaks up under that heat. So whenever you're working in a t-shirt factory, I got some experience there. They take some glue and they glue the shirt down to a press. And then they line the press up, and they get like paint you'd get at a store. It's not like, it's just depending on how thick you want it, what brand you want. And they'll take that paint and they'll apply it. Like Supreme's paint is a super thick paint. It's one of the better paints. You don't have to wash your shirts in cold water, but it just depends on the quality of the paint itself too, because that makes a big difference.
What we always do with, printed t-shirts and stuff like that, we always wash in cold water and air dry.
Yep.
Oh, and when we wash them, they're inside out.
Yep. That's a good idea too. I never turn mine in. I don't trust my wife washing my clothes.
Well, one of the other things I remember they said about a lot of those printed shirts is to actually never put fabric softener in with them. Because that does something to the paint, and it does something to the decals or whatever however it's printed. Now I know a couple of the other shirts that I got from that store. One was the Paul's one, just like I have in the intro of the live show, and the other one was collectible past, and both of those started peeling. So I got 3 different shirts. Well, it's what is it? It's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different shirts. 2 shirts are absolutely fine. 2 have faded out and 2 are peeling. There's absolutely no consistency of the quality in the shirts that I got from them. And I started asking other people about, well, what are the ones from Teesprings like? And I've gotten the same responses from some of the ones that they've had printed through Teesprings. Like they have one that's absolutely fine. They have one, Chris Fisk was telling me he'd got one from ETEP shop. And that's through Teesprings. And he says it was going in raw, and it has the big emblem that ETEP has for his show. He says raw is missing, and the big giant emblem with the ETEP on there, Wakun Place to Be Reviews is missing. And the only thing he has is at the very top, it says going in. And I said, well, I bet that's kind of odd when you're walking around with a hoodie that says just going in. Well, where are you going in? Is somebody going in on you? What's up, Curtis? Too springy. What up, Pearhead?
Okay.
Yeah, I already talked about that. I mentioned that earlier. It's not my fault that some people don't listen. They just pop in and they want to be seen, want to be heard. As a matter of fact, you know what? Here you go. Bye-bye. That's exactly what I think about you and your bullshit.
We're talking about the shirts and all that. Have you had any problems with the pin size holes coming up in some of these shirts after you wash them a few times and then they just deteriorate? You know what I'm talking about? If you wash the shirts a few times, there's this stupid pin size holes coming in. Once the hole starts, it's pretty much done.
Well, that's what I'm saying. A few of their shirts, like the peeling stuff, that's how they started, with little pinholes, and then all the material that's on the front of the shirt that they printed it with, it all just starts peeling off and ripping off.
So a long time ago, it was about 15 years ago, I was going to try to make some shirts just because I can do some stuff in Photoshop. I just can't draw. I can edit, which is what I mostly do. I change things. But I was going to try to make some shirts, and I ordered some shirts. I can't remember what company it was. And they censored me and said they couldn't make one of my shirts, which pissed me off. So I bought a heat press because I was young back then and naive. And I said, well, I'll just do it myself. And that's a lot of work to try to get it lined up correctly. And you have to find the right kind of heat. In fact, I can turn on my camera and show you my heat press. It's right next to me. Hold on a second.
Is that the one where the press comes down from the top? Yep. See, you should spray some glue. Just get some Elmer's glue and you thin it out and put it on a board to make it stick so you line it up properly. You got to run 3 or 4 different shirts before you even get the right one printed out right.
Yeah, I found that out the hard way.
I'll be right back, guys. I got to mute myself for a minute. Something I got to take care of.
Gotcha.
Monotony, I'm so sorry to hear that.
Oh, he had a guinea pig too.
Yeah, he has guinea pigs.
Sorry to hear that. Stuff like that is why I never want to get another pet, man.
It is hard. It is so hard. Yeah, I have one. Well, actually, both of my cats are up there in age. One is older than the other, and yeah, the day's gonna come soon, and it's gonna suck.
Yeah, it was fucking. I never really had I've taken care of people's dogs. I never had a dog of my own, but I've helped people take care. I helped keep this friggin' cat alive that was dying of renal failure. I helped keep it alive for I don't know, another extra 6 or 7 months. I had to hold the cat down every day while my sister gave it the shot.
Yeah.
And I think I was kind of happy that I was helping keep it alive. And then and it just died. And it's maybe this cat wanted to die all this time. Maybe the cat was just suffering the longer you kept it alive. I don't know.
Yeah, we had a cat before the cats that we have now, and she ended up getting kidney failure. And our vet, said if she starts peeing outside of her box, then that's a pretty good sign that it's time to probably put her down. So that's what we had to do. It sucks.
Yeah,
my cat pees outside his box just to protest because I didn't turn on the fucking faucet.
It was insane that this cat got so thin. It got so thin, it's narrow, it was almost like a cardboard cutout. It's insane. I've never seen a cat like that before.
Yeah.
It's sad to lose an animal.
Yep.
It really is.
I'm a cat, dog, bird. I don't mind any kind of animal. Hell, I'll take a raccoon if it wants to be friends with me.
Yeah, same.
Trash pandas?
Yeah. They're pretty though, man. You can give them ice cubes. They wash their hands. I'm sure if you he'll put a bandana on. I'll give him a little Rambo gun.
Yeah, Curtis says the only brand he buys from now is Spider. Loves the material and fit. And yeah, Soul Assassin. I mean, that's the problem, the shirt material. Well, I mean, the shirts themselves, the actual shirts, the shirts are actually fairly good quality. It's just how they're printed from some of these places. And the problem, there's no consistency because they're printed at a bunch of different places. Never easy losing a pet. Lost my dog a few years back. Haven't gone a day without thinking of him. Yeah, I hear you. Bad take Bojan agrees. What's up, Monotony? Thanks, everyone. I didn't know she was sick. I came home and she was lethargic. An hour later, she's going, God damn.
I had a cat one time. He was fine. He was only 3 years old. No problems. Took him to the vet. He got surgery to get neutered and everything. And a few weeks go by, and it was 9 o'clock at night. He fell down, and that was it.
Hi, kitty.
That's a huge cat.
That's a nice cat.
Yeah.
That's Callie. She is 10 years in human years.
Yeah.
I think that brings her up to my age, 50 something.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Damn, there was something going on. Like, so many people I know have just lost pets recently. And I don't want to get into the conspiracy theories, but I've told a few people in private what I think.
Food? You think it's what they're putting in food?
Something in the food, yeah. Because it just seems awfully funny. Like, I've had a whole bunch of pigs get suddenly sick, and then I lost Cringer. And then my wife's hamster just suddenly upped and croaked. So, I don't know. It just seems very weird. Like, the timing is just very odd. I don't know. It's just, yeah. And of course, you know, it just, you hear this shit where you hear those jackholes in the WEF talking about they want to start killing animals, pets, because they're making too big of a carbon footprint. And this just seems something right up their alley.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, you know, it doesn't take a lot to put 2 and 2 together, of course, unless you're a liberal.
Well, they are the 2 + 2 = 5 group, aren't they?
Oh God,
Yeah.
They are. It's that new core math. It's not supposed to make any sense whatsoever.
You got to learn your AB3s.
Yeah, Soul Assassin. If you could do stuff like that, why not? Unfortunately, I have no way to make like hay and stuff like that here, so I'm kind of relegated to it. And yeah, I've actually tried growing some romaine and some carrots, and for some reason it just hasn't been taken. But I'm still trying to work on that, because if I could figure out a way to get the pigs like stuff that I make myself, that I'm going to go that route every single time.
You have a garden?
I'm trying to build one. I mean, the problem is we have these things down here in Florida. They're called Brazilian pepper plants. So they're not really pepper plants. They're just these big, like gangly, almost like weed trees that grow, that produce these berries, and they propagate really quickly, and they're everywhere, and they're very invasive. So we've got tons of them growing up. So the places that I was thinking about putting a garden, I have to clear out these freaking giant Brazilian pepper plant trees to freaking try to make space, and then hope that they don't come back. Because down here in Florida, even if you burn the shit down to the roots, sometimes that shit will still find a way to grow back. Don't know how, but it does.
So these pepper plant things, can you eat the berries, or are they poisonous?
No, they're poisonous.
Okay.
That's some shit.
You know, some people don't even want the animals to be fed meat.
Yeah.
That's dumb. An animal, it's a carnivore.
Correct.
I was telling this to people that I work with, like, okay, I was always told, don't give dogs red meat. They'll bite you. I'm like, you're a fucking idiot. It's not like a dog kills an animal and goes and barbecues it. It eats it straight off the ground.
It's funny because my mother used to listen to, well, I mean, you call them old wives' tales, and she was a person that believed that. So yeah, I heard that being said as well.
Yeah, I raised pit bulls. Okay, I raised 2 badass pit bulls, and I was getting like $3,000 for puppies when I was a teenager. And my friends are like, "What do you feed them?" I was like, "Fucking steaks." Do you cook it? No. They don't know if I cook it, they're gonna expect it in the future. Fuck that. I'm not doing that for them.
Yeah, you think about how they would live in the wild. Would they cook a steak?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like they'll eat random thing. Like my dogs now, one of them loves apples. I give him an apple and he'll bite on it and suck all the juice out and then chew it up. Like, you are a weird dog.
Hey, what's going on, Frankie? Frankie telling us he literally ate chicken necks for dinner last night. Those poor foul prostitutes.
Are you a crab?
Soul said guy told it's the 80-20 rule for dogs. 80% meat, 10% broth, 10% bone. Get that shot from the butcher shop.
Yep. You can go to a butcher shop and pay $30 for scraps and get like 15 pounds of scraps.
Yep.
And you can take all that, you boil it, you make your broth, and you have broth for the animals and you. And you can give them the meat as treats.
No
Yep.
wonder the government wants to shut those down.
Government's just a bunch of fucking morons. How y'all like not having a speaker? That's pretty funny. I saw a tweet that said McCartney goes, "Bring it on." It was from a guy, Phil Lobos, who's a comic book artist, and he was like, he just put LOL, and I was like, that shit was brought and you got fired.
Yeah.
It's like, no, like that shit. I was watching some, what was it, commercial, and it had some, it was on Instagram. It was a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles commercial. It was like a pictures, and like the kid, it was the new Playmates picture, or for the new Mayhem. I don't know. Didn't y'all watch that Mayhem movie?
No.
Okay, well, it's on Paramount Plus if you have Paramount Plus.
The new one,
So,
right?
yeah, the new one. It's on Paramount Plus. So if you have it, you can peep it out there. I watched it. The whole movie, the soundtrack's like from when we were teenagers. Like they're playing Biggie Smalls and like Little Kim and stuff like that. They're playing their beats and everything. I'm like, these kids don't know nothing about that. Actually, in one part of it, the very beginning, you'll see the turtles and they're stealing Doritos. They're stealing food. They're stealing. I was like, these aren't ninjas. These are thieves. The way they did that movie is just disrespectful. And
Wasn't
I
that
see
Seth
the figures.
Rogen?
Yeah, and I see the figures in the store, and I'm like, those look like trash, man. Like, I can't believe they have the goal to put that out and be like, it's $20 for this piece of shit toy. Just insane. I see a bunch of turtle stuff, like the Mutant Mayhem stuff, just sitting on the shelves. Nobody's buying that. I think it's Mattel. Playmates or Mattel. Playmates shit. It just feels like big, thick, melted pieces of plastic together to me.
Well, I know a bunch of these companies, they started heading in the right direction, and then they about faced really quickly. I don't know if the idea of making money was making them sick or something. Maybe they had an aversion to it.
Allergic to success.
Apparently, because some of them, like, yeah, they were doing great, putting out quality shit, and then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I think this month and the months after, we're going to put out trash, and we're going to watch them eat it up. And guess what? Nobody's eating it up. There's new turtle figures that are sitting there. There's stupid Mutant Mayhem rotting on the shelves right now. The classic ones are selling out like crazy. Like, they can barely keep those things in stock half the time. And certain figures you could almost never find at all. Like, I was looking to complete the line, and the only one I need is Rat King. And I can't find them. I seen them once early on, and I was thinking about grabbing them, and I didn't, and I've never seen them again since. And that was over 3 months ago.
I like Rat King, and I would buy all renditions from the old line to the new stuff, because the stuff that looks like that new stuff from the NECA series and the comic book looks amazing.
I've enjoyed most of the ones. There's been a few stinkers. Like, I had like major issues with that Foot Ninja.
Yeah.
I took that out of the package. I seen one foot was longer than the other, and I was about ready to lose my shit over that. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? After all these years, why is this still happening?" And I'm pretty sure that was a brand new mold. So there's no excuse for it.
Laziness.
Yeah.
The one I got today, the Farland toy of, was it Nezuko? I was looking at it and I was like, what's missing? Because I can look at it and I'm clearly seeing something's missing in it. Her dress doesn't have the little black lines in between the cuts of the dress. Like, there's little lines that go inside the actual dress, but they didn't do any of that painting. It was like, you can tell just by looking at the figure that it needs that. God, I gotta go somewhere again. Fuck.
Yeah, I hear you, Curtis. The young and dumb eat up all the junk because they didn't grow up with anything better, in my opinion. And they think The old is yucky, just like when I was young. You know, and I didn't have that problem. Like some of those older toys, like before me, I thought were pretty cool, and I could appreciate them for what they were.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And you know, it's not just the older fans that are picking up on these figures that are done in the classic style. I've seen younger kids as well sitting there looking at these things and were interested in them, and they seemed a lot more interested in the older versions than they did the newer ones. It's just that's what they push, though, and then they try to make it this is what's popular, and that's what they fill up the rack space with. And unfortunately for parents, they assume what is on the shelves in the most bulk is the one that I should be buying. So when some of these kids that do like these toys and their parents go out and get them, they're buying what they see the most of.
Which is pretty fucking dumb.
Well, you know, it's like Frankie's poll. How the fuck did Donatello win as the favorite Ninja Turtle? How does that happen?
Why?
Somebody explain that to me.
Why? What's wrong with Donatello? I don't know.
Did you vote for Donatello, Trina?
No, I don't even know the Ninja Turtles.
I figure more people would have, you know, like more people hate Leonardo than Donatello. People seem to really hate Leonardo is like the Cyclops, like how everyone seems to hate Cyclops in the X-Men. People seem to hate Leonardo.
Curtis, get out of here with that. You found your first gray hair.
One of us. One of us.
Shit, I was going gray at 19.
I don't even know when it started, but I'm pretty sure it was because of kids. They will make you gray faster than anything.
Mm-hmm.
Well, which version are they voting for?
Yeah, so seriously, like what's wrong with Donatello?
He's a nerd.
He's a nerd.
Hey, we're all nerds. How can you
We're not looking at how many nerd heroes do we want to have save us? Like, come on.
I'm not
Well-
a nerd. I'm dumb as shit.
I'm just a dork.
Okay, so we're gonna split hairs now.
Are we going to be splitting gray hairs?
I remember nerd used to mean you were smart. That's what I remember.
Yeah.
Get off my lawn, you damn kids. Oh, no.
Oh,
Soul
Jesus.
Assassin first gray hair carpet for Kurt and Curtis. I'm mopped up. What is going on in the chat today? You're all crazy.
Soul Assassin, my mom says I'm cool. That's awesome.
You guys are killing me. Well, you know what? Donatello is the one I mean, if you look at it really, he's got the most boring weapon because he's got a bow staff.
Yeah.
Okay. Then he's got purple, which generally purple is more like I don't know about anybody else, but I always found purple to be sometimes, depending on it, could be more of a girly-ish color.
Yeah.
So he's not the most shall we say violent turtle that belongs to Raphael. So,
Purple is the color of royalty. Back whenever kings and queens were around, and that to me means he's like, you know, a little like he's not as much of a macho Raphael character, like because he'll stand back. Raphael goes full force, and I like that. But I mean, it's hard to choose between Raphael and Michelangelo, to be honest, because I like the comedy. I like the Michelangelo I grew up with, even in the movies and cartoons. I can't vouch for what's going on nowadays. Like, they make him seem like he's puny because he's supposedly the smallest turtle or the youngest turtle, and they always make him seem very kiddish. And I don't understand why. If they're all, I mean, does a minute really make ears to a turtle? Because they come out of eggs. It's not like they came out of wombs.
Yeah.
So like if the eggs hatch, which we I don't know on that part, can't go that far back. But so if they're all, from eggs and they all came out within minutes apart, yeah, or days apart, I could see a difference on days apart. But minutes apart, nah. He shouldn't be a tiny one. And they made it right. They had good art style in the new movie. They really did. When you watch, I got a clip of it. I think it's on my YouTube on one of my shorts. It's really good. It looks really good. And then after that, it's just like goes with a trash, like shitty style. I'm like, no, that's not even cool.
Soul Assassin, I'm not a big fan on turtle lore, but wasn't Donatello the one with the knives that got swapped for the staff? I don't know if he ever had knives in the original drawings. I thought he always had a staff. I mean, I know when they were first doing the original concept art, they had something where they actually had the first turtle had nunchucks and they were strapped to the forearms, which is kind of weird. When you think about it. Yeah. Their original drawings, they had the nunchucks strapped to their forearms.
It's weird.
And the whole idea of having more turtles after that, because it was like first it was kind of like a joke, and they said, let's make 4 separate turtles with different weapons. So I think it was always supposed to be a sword. It was supposed to be the size and nunchucks and a staff. I believe it was always supposed to be that way.
I saw on Kevin Eastman, well, he was tagging it on Instagram. They're going to have one of his first renditions of the Turtles, which looks like a turtle with like nunchucks, or it looks like it's Raphael from the picture. But it's going to be a black and white turtle. It's going to be limited to 300. It's going to be a very rare release that he's doing because he's dropping his old art like that. They're going to put that out. I don't know. I want to say it's going to be like $55, maybe $65. I can't even say for real though, but it's not going to be, it's going to be like a 3 or 4 inch figure. It looks to me like it's going to be just like a statue figure more than anything.
Well, I seen, what the hell is it? Nezco, I think it is. No, Mezco, not Nezco, Mezco. Mezco recently did the original designs of the turtles. So that more like, that they almost had like thinner limbs and stuff like that, longer necks. The original design that Eastman and Laird had in the first few, probably like 4 or 5 comics.
With the little nub tails.
Yeah, with the little nub tails and everything like that. Yeah, so their Mezco is actually doing those in a 4-pack, and those look absolutely fantastic. And I'm pretty sure NECA did them at one time, but they've long since been out of release. And what's going on, Vinny?
What up, guys? How we doing today?
Vinny.
What's up, Vinny?
Hey, we were just doing we're doing a little bit of that wrestling over on Draven's channel, but they finished. I'm like, let me jump over here real quick. So how's everyone hanging?
Chilling. Is that Samoa Joe?
George Shriveled and to the left.
Samoa Joe with the sweet tooth mask?
Pretty good. I gotta let my cat out real quick.
Cool.
Couldn't resist.
Good stuff. Yeah.
How you been, dude?
Hanging in there. We're surviving. We're doing the best we can right now, right?
Man, I'm just about to say, I want to get my Turtle TMNT 4-pack back because I sold mine just like 2 weeks ago and I got fucking robbed. Robbed.
Was that the new
They only
one?
gave me $50 for it.
That's it.
Yeah,
Wait.
and I'm like, bitch, it sells for $250, and they're like, no, I'll give you $50. But I used the money.
I was going to say that new one that NECA did, the 4-pack.
Yeah, I sold it because so I went to the retro expo here in Dallas, and they had Shredder from part 2 of TMNT, The Secret of Ooze, and I had both my VHS tapes. Well, I got there and I didn't have enough money for an autograph and to grade it because I was like, I'm not gonna not grade my shit that I just get autographed and witnessed. So I was like, I'm just gonna sell it because his autographs were, I want to say $60 per, and I got 3 things autographed for $80. That is a damn good deal. and I got it all graded, except for the Funko Pop. They didn't grade the Funko Pops. But I got a Funko Pop. He signed the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle 1 movie on VHS because he was getting up to do a photo shoot. I wasn't paying attention either. And I got that, and they graded it. I picked that up here in about 20 days. On Thursday, I go to Beckett CBCS, and I go pick up my Inebrio Horsefeather, which is the guy who did Drinky Crow from, Adult Swim. He did a comic book release for Bad Idea that you had to turn in a button and get an egg, and you turn in a button, and they'll send you an egg and a comic book. I got 2 of them. I was one of the only people who got 2 comic books. Even the owner of the company is like, "How the fuck did you get 2 of them? Y'all sent me 2."
Nice.
But I got a Shredder in Hell, Kevin Eastman variant, Michael Laird variant, actually, autographed by Shredder also. So and that's being graded too, which I'm hoping it'll be like a 9.3 or 9.4. Never know.
Fingers crossed on that.
I will be showing it off though.
Sweet.
Yeah, Frankie, I can't disagree. It's amazing that TMNT is a 15 billion enterprise based on a goof by 2 friends. Wow, yeah, it was just a goofball like a session that they had where they were just drawing stuff up. Because the funny thing is, their original character that they wanted to push and promote, and no comic would pick it up, was the robot guy,
The cop,
the Fugitoid,
the RoboCop,
the Fugitoid. That was actually going to be the first. That was what they wanted to make a comic book up first, and nobody wanted to take it up. And they kind of went back to the drawing board, and that's when they went back to the drawing board and they started creating these turtles. They were like, "How about if we just create our own independent publisher, independent publishing house?" And that's what they wound up doing. And they borrowed money from I forget if it was Eastman or Laird's. I want to say it was Laird's. They borrowed money from his uncle or something like that. They bought a building and basically started Mirage Studios from the ground up.
Yeah.
I do have a Mirage number 32 or 23. It's got the frogs on the cover, and it looks like Ren and Stimpy. It's a TMT book, but
okay.
Like 23. Yeah, number 23, 1991 TMNT from Mirage Comics. I got that for like $2.
Sweet.
I know. I was like, well, fuck, it's so old, and it's really good condition. It's not fucked up at all. And I'm just like, it's really good. I like it. I even got I guess when they went to Archie Comics, I got the number 1 from there. I got the first 4. Yeah, the first 4 comics, and they're all good condition. Those would be the next things I'm going to start grading.
That's cool.
What's up, Superfan?
What's up, Adam?
$80. Did he sign your chest, Decepticon?
No, he signed my girlfriend's chest. I was playing.
Nice. Nice.
She just slapped a boob in his face, and he was like, "You."
I'll sign that twice.
You're not wrong. Oh, nice. Good stuff.
Yeah, land of opportunity. Now it's the land of the greediest and the stupidest. Really, if you think about it, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
It's just amazing how stupid they are. I was telling Trina earlier, Vinny, so I did get a couple new figures, and I started working on reviews for Thursday. So 2 NECAs. After the last 2 were like, they were pretty good, but they weren't like 100%. The last few that I did, I mean, the Kong one was obviously excellent, but the Trooper one had some problems. And these last 2 I just did, they were 9 out of 10s.
Oh,
they were so close to being absolutely picture perfect, and 2 of them are ones that I was telling you guys about.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
the miner is one of them.
Yeah, he looked awesome. But
I was wondering, I'm sorry. I was just wondering, has anybody messed with the Creep Show figure?
I haven't. I haven't done a review on it yet, though. I will. I think I'll be doing it this month.
because I saw they have two different styles. They have the one in the plastic box, and they have one in the standard cardboard box with a plastic window.
Well, they actually have three. So they have the one. They have the one in the blister. Then they have one. I think he's in a tannish box, and it's kind of got like the creep show booth.
That's from the first movie.
Then they've got another one who's in a partially open window box, but the border around the box is red in color.
Yeah, that's one I've seen everywhere.
Yeah, I have the one that is in the red box. The one that you described, the tan box, like that's your typical NECA box. That's the 40th. I think it's 40th somethingth anniversary of the Creepshow movie.
Mm-hmm. I didn't like the way that one looked at all.
Me neither.
It looked just like the box.
Yeah, it did. That's why. Yeah, that's why.
It looked ugly. It just looked ugly. I was like, oh, it looks just like the box.
Yeah, I think Books A Million had all those. That's where I've seen that one in the red box.
Yeah, the red box one I'm definitely interested in. It's just that there's a lot of other cool figures that I was grabbing first, and I'm still on the fence of whether or not I'm going to get the McCready because I never bought any of the other figures.
I got the McCready.
Well, they got the new one out where he's got like the dynamite strapped around his chest.
No, I'm trying to get the thing one from what is that? Entertain Mart or whatever. Their ass has it for like $50-$60, and it's the actual thing with the dogs changing.
Yeah, that's the new one coming out from NECA. It hasn't hit the regular store shelves yet.
Yeah, that looks amazing. I had a McCready, but I returned to the store. I'm like, I needed some cash, so I brought him back. But I never got. I wanted the one with the flamethrower. If I had him, I would have probably never gotten rid of it. I got one McCready that the box is misprinted, and I had people like, I've never seen a misprinted box. Like it's all misprinted by. You couldn't even scan it to buy it. I couldn't take it back. The lady sat there for 15 minutes trying to scan it, and I did too. I was like, and then she's like, "Fuck it, I'll just scan this other one you have." She scanned that one twice, called it a day, and then I have the movie poster figure. Mm-hmm.
That one's pretty nice. I've opened it up one time and messed with it. But I was like, I got Snow Dove one too. I sent him one.
That's cool. Yeah, I've never seen that in stores.
You know what I miss? I miss when McFarlane used to do the 3D printed posters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I saw an Iron Maiden one. A Trooper Iron Maiden one. That was awesome.
I wanted the RoboCop one so badly, but that thing you couldn't find in regular stores, and comic shops were already charging an arm and a leg. Now those things are even more money. I think they're like around $300 each.
Get out of here! I had the Jaws one, and I have the Friday the 13th one, which that's the one I know exactly where it is. But I know I had the Jaws one too. I can't seem to find it in all my stuff, where it is, how it got misplaced. But yeah, that Friday the 13th one is badass. But I'll tell you what, man, if that thing was going for big bucks, I might be willing to part with it, even though I love the damn thing for that kind of money. I mean, especially for the way everything's been going up in price all over the place, I might be seriously tempted to part with it.
Yeah, well, I told you, I got rid of some shit in order to get the finish off my gargoyle stuff. Because I'm like, I can't just dip into my pocket like that, you know?
Hey, do you hang do you suspend your gargoyles? Do you like act like that? Because that's what I did with mine. I would tie up fishing string and suspend them.
I want to. I haven't had a chance yet. Like I said, I'm in the new place, and I got like 2 shelves up. So
I'm like about to have to move. So I started pulling my comic books off the wall because we're starting to look for a place and everything. And I started pulling down toys and stuff. And I'm like, my kid's like, I want to play with all those Transformers. Like, don't you touch my damn Transformers.
Frankie, Frankie's saying the day you went for the Jaws 3D poster, they sold it. Dang it. You know what? Here's the funny thing. When I picked up my Friday the 13th one, I still have it. I had got it. It was actually on clearance. It was on fucking clearance sale at fucking Spencer's.
Jesus.
And I got it like dirt cheap.
Wow.
I got an autographed Jaws poster with the first victim, the chick who's swimming on the cover.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I got that from Pristine Auction. I got Mike Tyson Punch Out, it's got Mario,
Mm-hmm.
and it's got Mario sitting there counting, and Mike Tyson with his fist up. It's autographed by Mike Tyson.
That's awesome.
I know, I love that thing. I'm like, I need a controller now and go find a bunch of fucking Nintendo parts to make me a frame.
Yeah. Oh, all right. I'll tell you right now. The Jaws one is going for $150. Alien, $125. That Friday the 13th one, $125. Another person selling the Jaws one for $230. There's one they did that had I guess it came with a statue too. Oh no. Sorry. Someone sent. He's doing a different bundle there. Never mind. But Rocky Horror Picture One. That's just the lips. $100. Nightmare on Elm Street. $140. RoboCop. Someone's had it for $350. Jesus. Yeah, these are ridiculous numbers.
Well, I'm going to have to bring up a picture so we can better explain to everybody what we're talking about, because I'm sure some people are probably sitting there like, what the hell are you talking about?
Oh, yeah. Well, actually, if you want, I got the eBay shit open.
Oh, I was just getting ready to pop it open myself.
Oh.
The one I saw was an Iron Maiden one. Was that a McFarlane one?
It might have been. Well, they have the Led Zeppelin one, so I think so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Dude, it's crazy.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, these 3D posters are just amazing. I mean, it really is kind of hard to see the depth that's in them too.
Yeah.
But when you have one of these in your hand and you're looking at them, they're just spectacular.
Yeah, they're really fucking cool.
Am I the only one waiting for the RoboCop game to come out to shoot everybody in the dick?
Is it first person?
Yeah, that makes it better. It makes me surely I'm going to shoot him in the dick.
Yeah. Well, I can't. Those games make me nauseous. I get motion sickness for some reason. I could be on a boat. I could be reading on a car or a bus or whatever. I don't get motion sickness. But playing the game where it's just you just see a hand shooting people, within a couple of minutes, I feel like I'm going to puke.
Damn.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Not Godfather?
Yeah. I didn't know how many they had done, but it looks like it was a bunch.
Oh, look, they got one for Draven. The Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Yeah. Someone has it for 100. This one's 180. Dude, the prices are crazy on these things.
I just hope the RoboCop video game works.
I mean, it looks nice. You know, it looks pretty damn awesome. I saw a little bit of footage of that.
The Starship Troopers video game was great.
Oh, yeah?
See, I can't find video games right now because I went to GameStop whenever Mortal Kombat 1 came out. I went to 4 GameStops. And you know what they told me? Nah, we don't got that game. We only ordered enough for people who pre-ordered it. Like, what?
Yeah, that's
weak. They didn't. Yeah, that is weak. You went to 4 fucking days. And I'm not talking about just no, I'm in Dallas. So you can go 10 minutes and catch a GameStop. Another 10 minutes, catch another GameStop. You know, you got a bunch of areas. They're like Starbucks.
Yeah.
And they
were
didn't
all
have
like that.
Yeah, and then when he was over there, the guy was trying to get everybody to, pre-order games. And I straight looked at everybody. And I was like, don't listen to this guy. He's selling you bullshit. I was like, straight up, Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to cost you $150 base game. People are like, you're lying. I said, bullshit. You want to know how I know I'm telling the truth? I'll tell you right now. I've been messing with video games for a long time. And games started out, we'll go back to PlayStation 3. That's when they were $50. But PlayStation had the Blu-ray. And they're like, all right, we're going to jump it up to $60. Well, at that moment, when their games went to 60, the system had already been out. The Blu-ray had already been out. Why was it that Xbox decided, who doesn't do Blu-ray, I'm going to charge $60 too, because they set the precedent and people pay for it. When everybody decided to buy Mortal Kombat 1 at $110, you set a precedent for that's what they're going to expect when they release something big and new. Look what they're going to do. How much do you think Call of Duty is going to cost? It's going to be like $90, $100. Then you have to buy your battle pass. You have to buy your downloadable content. If I get a season pass, bro, I want all the downloadable content because that's what season pass means, not exclusive to certain stuff. Go fuck yourself. That took all my money.
Oh man, those days are over, man. They're never gonna go back.
I know. That's why. And my son, I was sitting there telling him, I said, I'm getting RoboCop. And I'm getting you Spider-Man. No more fucking games. I said nothing. I said, you can get it for your fucking. I'll buy you some shit for your VR. We're not buying games. I have a fucking 800 games in my library. I got old games. We'll fucking play those, man.
Yeah. Well, you saw Chris Fest. I mean, he's got that amazing like arcade setup thing. There's a ton of amazing games. People have been playing them for years. You know, all the classic ones.
I got what was it, Castlevania on my PlayStation 5 because it's a damn good game. I got the Disney games, the DuckTales games on there. I got nostalgic games like that. I got that what is that one game? It was like, you were that pervert dude, and it was like made by Playboy.
Leisure Suit Larry?
Yes. I used to have that game.
I only had the original ones that were on the computer. Those were fun.
Dude.
Love for Sale was like the best one. I think it was like the 5th or 6th game.
I like playing
hilarious.
Doom, the original Doom on the computer was always the shit. Just it was always cool.
Yo, Tommy, I gotta step out, okay? Thanks for letting me chill, bro.
Hey man,
I'm about to walk out too.
You want to let everybody know what you got going on this weekend before you jump out?
Yeah, the movie we're doing this weekend is Trick or Treat, not Trick or Treat. Trick or Treat from 1986, starring Skippy from frickin' Family Ties. Yeah. So yeah, that's what I got this weekend.
Awesome. Thanks for hanging out, Slasher.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, thanks for letting me chill.
Hey man, you have a good one.
Yeah, later, everybody.
Bro.
Thanks for hanging out, Slasher. Take care.
I was going to ask Vinny, are you heading over to ETEP's wrestling stream?
Yeah. Whenever they're going to drop the link, then I'll cut out.
Okay, they haven't dropped the link yet?
No, I didn't see it yet.
He might be waiting on me.
All right, y'all. I'm jumping out too. I got to go lay a kid down.
Let everybody know what you got going on real quick.
All right, so right now I'm going to be streaming Mortal Kombat nightly until the foreseeable future. On the weekends, we will be doing other games, but I'm going for hardcore matches. Like if you go back, two videos on my Mortal Kombat, you'll see I'm going town to town with people. I am doing ranked matches, and I am not doing anything, not practicing much. I'm just using the combat between each other, trying to make some good fights for y'all. And then don't forget to vote at facesofhorror.org so I can get into this. And if I get a chance, I'm going to live stream meeting Kane Hodder. I'm going to live stream every little bit of that content.
If you get to meet Kane Hodder, let him know that the pigs helped you try to get there. Guys, the link for that is in the chat. It doesn't cost nothing for a free vote. Just go ahead and vote for him, man. Do it.
Y'all have a good night.
All right, man. Thanks for stopping in, man. You have a good one.
Good night.
All right, we're going to go around the horn as we're getting ready to close out. But right before we close out, there was a few more comments I want to get to. So Soul Assassin says NECA is going to release a RoboCop Officer Murphy.
Oh, no shit. It's about time.
Yeah, right? I've played GTA since San Andreas. I love San Andreas. Every once in a while, I go back to that game. A lot of old game stations that I want to fix. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, GameStop is because it stops. Yeah, stop. All right. Hey, Chaos, thanks for stopping in, man. I appreciate it, man. I do hope that you're doing well, like I told you in the chat, and I hope everybody's doing well. If some people are a little bit confused of what happened at the beginning of the show and why somebody was booted, that is a personal, private matter, and I'm not going to get into it on a stream, but I will just say that that person did me dirty, and I don't appreciate it, and they're just not going to be hanging around here on my channel. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. You want to be a liar, you're getting the boot. It's as simple as that. So now we're going to go around the panel, and everybody can just let you know what they got going on. And first off, I want to thank everybody for stopping in. So here we go.
whoa. Who's responsible for this?
That's you, Tree Rock.
Yeah, I know. I was distracted. I was trying to find the link so I could actually post it in here. So I'm trying to be ready. There. Oh, wrong one. Nope. I did it in the wrong chat. No, I did it in the right chat. Okay, you can find me at on Rumble, and I sent the link in there in the chat. It's Tree Rock Creations. If you search for Tree Rock Creations, all one word, and all of my channels come up, and you can check out what I got going on. I'm supposed to be releasing a couple of videos this week. I kind of got delayed, but I'm trying to get a Halloween one released. I don't want to spoil it, but maybe I'll plug it next week. Because I don't really have a synopsis or anything like that.
I'm not sure it popped up in the chat. I can't remember if you have a wrench on the channel or not, because I don't even see your name in there. So I'm just going to post it.
Okay. Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I'm trying to get some videos out and trying to streamline my work to where I can get more videos out faster. And it just takes time. And also got another microphone coming, one that's better than this one, so I can actually hear myself from a monitor. I have the wrong mic for streaming right now. I found that out. But thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, and I enjoy it. And hopefully you'll have me on in the future. Thanks.
Oh, no, man. Usually everybody's welcome here. And the people that aren't, well, they wind up knowing about it. And it's usually pretty brutal. According to our next panelist.
This must be where they sacrifice virgins.
This is definitely where they sacrifice virgins. So, yeah, I just want to say this was a fun stream. Went by quick. And, yeah, tomorrow you can catch me on my channel at Real Horror here on YouTube, REEL, and we're going to be discussing The Crow, and so that should be fun. Otherwise, you see me on Tommy's and Vinny's streams. So, yeah, I hope you guys have a great night, and talk to you all later.
Always appreciate you jumping on, Trina. It's always a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, anytime. Now we're going to roll it on over.
Well, we're waiting.
Yo, yeah. Well, I'm gonna be headed on over to ETEP's channel. We're gonna watch some classic wrestling. It's gonna be great. I think he's gonna send them pretty soon, but yeah, he's.
I know Soul Assassin has already posted ETEP's stream link in the chat. Thank you, Soul Assassin.
Awesome.
Always do appreciate that.
Awesome. Yeah, we just had a blast over on Draven's channel. So a whole lot of it. He had it was a pay-per-view thing that he was doing a catch-up thing on. But otherwise, yeah, I would have been here earlier. Yeah, we're going to be doing the toy stream over on Tommy's channel this week, followed by Friday Underground, and then of course Sunday we're going to have the roundtable, and yeah, and I am monetized again, people, so I'm happy about that. Thank God.
A win against ShitTube, as Chaos Holy calls them.
Yeah, they are shit too. But I'm happy I got remonetized because again they've been sitting on my money. So yeah, if anyone wants to help out, please do. I gotta hit that threshold in order for them to release it. Yeah, always a blast working on some awesome projects right now. If you guys haven't, and you still want to get some great books that ship immediately, Through the Woods, Shadow of the Kraken, City of Venus. I'm working on a cover right now to the art book for Volume 3. And I should be launching near the end of the month, I think, for the Volume 3 art book. I am still working on City of Venus too. That campaign will come afterwards, but yeah, I want to make sure people get some really cool stuff in the meantime. So yeah, if you want something new, keep an eye out. Again, The Art of Vinny Volume 3 will be coming later this month.
Awesome.
Oh yeah.
Awesome. Guys, be sure to check out Vinny on Friday. Be sure to check us back out again on the Toy Stream on Thursday. And, of course, tomorrow for The Crow on Trina's channel. Saturday, I'll be hanging out with Slasher as well. And hopefully we'll have just as much of a wonderful discussion about this movie. as we did with the Warriors. But quite honestly, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to get into it as much because the Warriors is like one of my favorite damn movies. But thank you to everybody who's been hanging out in the chat and taking part of this. And thank you for everything that you add to the conversation every single time. Once again, sorry about the bit of nastiness towards the beginning, then a little bit of the old nastiness. Yes, but it kind of is what it is. And we here don't pull no punches at the Guinea Pig Collective. But, like Frankie's saying here, Disney is $79 a share and burn Disney burn. And I think that's where we're going to go out on. So, guys, remember, never let anybody tell you what you can and can't say, what you should or should not think, because your silence and your compliance gives consent. And we will catch you next time. Later, y'all.